Hey everyone, this video is going to be more or less like a tutorial on Waterman and like the view sample solved. I'm not going to go too far in depth in the tutorial because it's more like stuff that you should probably already learn, because I don't really recommend this method to get really fast in. But beforehand, I just want to say thank you for not only 100 subscribers but 200, mainly because I never expected that my Waterman self video to blow up at all and caused me a gain of 100 subs in just 1 week. So thank you so much. I have a video planning out to do for that that I'm working on right now. But anyways, what the Waterman method is there, first of all, there are mainly multiple types of Waterman. There's simplified, advanced, the original one, beginners. The version I do and that I speed solve with is simplified version, and what that starts with is generally a layer on one side of the cube without a single edge. For example, I have this block here, so I can solve this corner and edge to make it 2 blocks, insert this edge, and then insert this corner to where I have 1 layer minus an edge. Then what I do next is solve the rest of the corners using algs such as CMLL, CLLL, stuff like that. Here, this isn't really part of the Waterman method, but I'll take a look on the U layer real quick and see what kind of, if I can solve any edges quickly before rotating. And you can see here, this one, the right and green, I can solve it easily, and now it's solved. Now I can rotate and look at the first edge, which is green blue, insert it using the using the missing edge as like a keyhole. And what you do is solve 2 of them, like so. Then you solve one of these edges. Then you solve the final edge. Could be either the left or right. I prefer using the left. And then what you do is you put the last edge with the side sticker, because side color, for example red, you would put the edge that has the red, put on the bottom, and then you would look at what the edge orientation is relative to the centerpiece in the middle. Right now it's yellow, but if it was something like this, you would look relative to green. But since you can see that these 3 edges are not good because they don't have white or yellow, which are the good edges, and then you would do 1 hour run to insert the back edge, this final edge, as well as orient the rest of the middle edges. So this case will be like that. What you're left is 4 last 4 edges, and they're all oriented, so it's pretty easy to do. That is a simplified version of it, but I'm going to go into more in-depth walkthrough solves right now and see what kind of, like, go through my thought process. I'll have the scrambles in the description. Alright, first thing I see is this block here for white, but I can also see it for orange since it's got 2 edges in the corner already. I could probably do orange, but have to fix the center later. That's what I'll do, because I can I see this white, orange, yellow corner, and I can, in the white, blue, orange, blue edge, I can insert it, make it block together like that, and insert it. And then the last 2 corners, I can insert it like this. Then I can just fix the centers like that. Next case, I see what kind of CLL case I have. Judging by this and what kind of algae, I know it'll fix one of these 2 edges. I'm not sure which one. There we go. And then I see that this edge, blue and red, I can insert easily by doing that. Put in the back, taking it out, U2, M prime, or M. Then I'll rotate, and the first edge I see is this red-green, which I can solve easily by that. And then I have a choice here between these 2, solving this edge and possibly the orange-yellow edge first, or the red-yellow. I prefer doing this because I can just do a U2, and it's kind of like a U-turn. Now, I need to bring this side back like that, but I can also put this edge down here at the same time, but instead of doing R2, you do RY2, and it gives you this case. So judging by, we have it in the back instead of the front, so we have it in the back, and then we have no bad edges on top, and the only one is here, so it tells me what case I have. I will also have a PDF to the LMCF method, which has Waterman like the algorithms for the Waterman method in it. You don't have to learn the entire thing. I only know like 2 sets of the Waterman last 5 edges anyway. But then it leaves me with my 4C and the back edge is solved, so it's a pretty simple case. Okay, this is the next scramble. Don't really see anything too great at the moment. I do see a 1 move. I can make a 1 move block pair on red like this, and then put in the back, and then insert these 2 edges like so. The next thing I see is I can insert. I want to save this edge as last, just because it's oriented on top, and those are really not that good to deal with. So I think for this case, I can solve the red, blue, and yellow with a sledgehammer to misorient this back edge, which helps me. Then I'll insert that. Oh, yeah, I will insert that, fix this edge, fix this corner, and then solve that. So now I have my layer, my swing. So I look at the CLL case. I know that it will orient this edge, which it does, and then it's also pretty easy to solve. It was like the last time you put in the back and prime you to it. So now we rotate, and the first edge I see is this red, green, or green, orange, which can be inserted easily like so. Next edge I see is orange and yellow. But here I can, instead of solving it like this, I can actually take this red green edge, do an M prime U2 M prime, M U2 M prime, put it here in a way that like if you do an M prime, it will be solved. Put it back, and then I can do an M prime, take the orange yellow out of the way, U prime, and then insert both edges with U, M, and then U. Now I put this for the last edge slot where it needs to go. Look for the edge, put the last edge, the orange yellow, put it, or orange and blue, put it the R sticker on the bottom so we know it's in the front. And if we look at edge orientation, we have these 2 misoriented, so it tells me what case I have. Now, looking here, we have last 4 edges where this edge is solved in the back, so I'll probably rotate to a U2, M, U2, and then instead of doing like an M prime, so I could just do an L2 to finish it. I'll do one more solve, one more sample. Alright, I'll probably stick with white here, and then I can insert these 2 edges with R prime F, and then this edge, this corner needs to go here. So I can do a U, and then insert this edge and this corner at the same time. So I have my last 3 edges, corners here, here, and here. I would probably solve the green and red edge first by doing this, but rotating and inserting this, which misorients this edge, which helps me a lot because they're easier to insert because you don't have to do a lot of moves. So we have the blue and orange edge here, or corner here, we insert that, U, rotate, and then insert the last edge. So we have our corners, our layer done. Next we have CLL, and I guess I'll tell by the algorithm I do with the bar, this corner will be oriented, will stay oriented. And here, I can fix this edge easily, but I can also fix this edge. And depending on which one I would do, I'd probably see this edge first while solving, so I would probably stick to that. So now, my last 3 edges, the last like U and D edges are here, 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 and here. I see this edge is an M away, like it's oriented where if you do an M, it will be solved. So I want to keep that in note while I solve an edge. And I see that it's in the spot where the orange and yellow edge needs to go. I don't want to solve that yet because I still have 2 more edges to do. So I'm going to solve one of these 2 edges before dealing with this. So I would probably do something like probably oriented where to solve the red and yellow edge, like so. And now I can deal with these 2. Do an M, U prime. So now they're oriented in a way where if you do an M, they both solve each other at the same time. And now we're left with 1 edge. So I put the keyhole right here, do an M2, and now we see what kind of misoriented centers we have, or edges. You can see here, looking at the red, everything going to the red and orange centers. We have 3 misoriented edges here. We don't care about this edge because it's already solved, but we have 3 misoriented here. And our edges at the front spots, we know which case to do. If you don't mess up like me. I messed up, okay. Okay, we'll just do this instead. Well, instead of having 3 misoriented edges, we have 1 now. But this case is pretty easy, and it's in the back now. So we do it, and then now we look at the last 4 edges, which it's in M2, U2, M2 away, and then we're left with that. So that's basically it for like the Waterman method. I'll put links in the description of like more advanced tutorials, how to do that, more example solves to help you if you still get stuck. If you have any questions, let me know, and I'll see you in the next video.